Welcome to the 2019-2020 New Features module. We'll go over all the major new additions to the Premium Pro family of products. From when you first log in to when you finalize an Efile estate, TriTech has introduced many additions that will make your tax season easier and less stressful. Anytime you see a blue pro tip pop up, check the description for a link to more information about that topic. Let's jump right into it. On the login screen for Premium Pro Enterprise, there are now convenient links to help you communicate with support staff. To start, should you forget your password, you can click the Forgot Password link to be given a temporary one. Once you've successfully logged in, you must then change your temporary password to something more secure. While not new in itself, it's important to mention in addition to the other new links on the login screen for your convenience. Next is the Export Logs link. It helps our support staff to have the program logs when solving inquiries for you, and now you can export them before you're even logged into the software. This way, no matter what problem you're having, you can access these files to send to us. The final link on the login screen is the Contact Us link. A dialog box appears that will send an email to support so that we can reach out and help resolve whatever problems you're having. It'll prompt you for your name, email address, company name, account number, which is not required, subject, attachments for the exported log file, screenshots, or otherwise, and a summary. Our support staff will reach out to you on the provided email address to assist. The Contact Us feature also works within the software through the Help menu. This dialog box is shorter as it's connected to your user information in the software and sends that automatically with your request. For veteran users of our software, you might notice that web support is no longer available. This new contact support feature has replaced web support as a direct line to our support team. Notifications are one of the biggest new features available in the software this year. These are perfect for keeping your workflow in motion, even in the thick of tax season. All you need to do is go to the Rules tool wizard by clicking Add on the Manage Rules dialog under Tools, Manage Rules. First, you'll need to select what you want the trigger action to be. There's a list of options here for you to choose from, ranging from unlocking a return to successful and failed e-filings. Select which one you'd like and click Next. If you select when a return status changes, you will be prompted to select the desired status. Then, you can choose Send a Notification under the resulting action page of the wizard. Once you click Next, the wizard will prompt you to select what user you'd like to send the notification to. The software offers all your enterprise users and all your different assignments as choices, and you can select as many or as few as suit your needs. This means that you can select a notification to go to whoever is assigned as a preparer on a return, or you could select a notification be sent to someone regardless of their assignment. Click Finish and you're done. You have a new rule that will trigger to help keep your team on top of returns. Notifications will appear in the new Notifications pane. By default, the panel is located on the right side of your screen, but you can drag and drop it wherever you like. The notification bell icon will turn from green to red when you have new notifications. New notifications will also pop up on your screen as they arrive. You can select to ignore pop-up notifications in Tools, Options, User Options, and then select Ignore Pop-up Notifications. This designation only affects your pop-ups. It won't stop pop-ups from appearing for other users. All notifications will still be visible by the notification bell icon turning from green to red. This feature only ignores the additional dialog box that pops up. Unread notifications will be shown in bold. Once they're read, the bold formatting will go away. You can delete notifications by clicking on one or many notifications, and then click the Delete Selected Notifications button. Please note that you cannot select non-enterprise users to receive notifications, as the notifications are entirely within the software. Coversheets are now available for each state in the Premium Tax module. Cover sheets are extremely useful to have at your fingertips when you're working on your state returns, as they can show you all the information you need at a glance, like general information, filing method, postmark, due date, state address information, payment amounts, and more. For annual returns, the cover sheet acts as a checklist for you when filing. You can write what attachments and signatures you need and mark them off once they're done. It's a huge help to reviewers when they're going through filings. You'll know for sure nothing got forgotten or left behind. For estimate returns, the cover sheet shows information like prepayments. If you verify your cover sheets beforehand, you can simply make sure your return matches your cover sheet later on. Some items on the cover sheet will roll over from year to year, like signatures. While the filing info page and the cover sheet are similar, they don't overlap. The cover sheet is a true cover sheet, and data written in the filing info page will not be sourced into the cover sheet. The cover sheet is located on the dockable frame on the right side of your screen, but you can drag and drop it to suit your preferences. Simply open a return, and the state-specific cover sheet will be available. You can pin the cover sheet to your screen using the pin icon at the top of the window. You can also choose whether to print the cover sheet with your returns under Tools, Options, Printing Options, and choose the cover sheet option. Cover sheets can be customized to suit the specific needs of your company and workflow. Contact your TriTech representative for more information. When exporting payment requests, there is a new feature this year that allows you to sort the preview by ascending or descending values. This allows you to review the information with a higher amount of detail before you export the data. For some, organizing by state is easier than organizing by company. We introduced the return status schedule by state so that you can see all the returns and companies on a state-by-state basis rather than a company-by-company basis. Both reports share the same information and look. They both include the status of the return, due dates, amounts due, when a payment was made, payment types, open audits, and more. However, they're organized differently for your convenience. To change a return status, you'll still need to right-click that return in the active tree and select Set Preparer Status, or change the status in Calendar. That status then flows to both schedules. You can decide which schedule suits your methods better. There's now a note column in the Actions report. The Actions report already logs events like locking and unlocking returns and activating and deactivating jurisdictions, among others. Now you can go into the Actions report to add and track details like why some of these actions were performed, or you could add the original value of edited information. This will be extremely useful if anything unusual happens to a return during tax season. You can make notes for yourself and for your coworkers for the future, so you remember and understand why the process went the way it did. You won't have to try and remember what the context was or search through a bunch of emails. It's all in one place for you. The Estimate State Filing Information page now designates whether the prior tax liability is gross or net. While this is a small addition, it's a convenient one. It's helpful information right where you need it. There are now additional Efile options that have been added to Tools, Options, Efile Options so that you can use default items in the OPTins Efile wizard. These options work hand in hand with the new Auto Efile feature we'll show you next. Click the checkbox for Source from NAIC OPTins Autofill Options, and the fields will become editable. The first option that is stored in this menu is your OPTins username and password. Remember that you must change your OPTins password every 90 days as per OPTins requirements. Then, you can select whether you'll pay by debit or credit as a default for all states. If you select debit, you'll then choose whether you consent to all the payments for the e-filed return or just for the OPTins transaction fee when you electronically file a return. Finally, there are process date options. OPTins allows you to select a future date to file and remit payment. The first option allows you to set how many days to wait before processing, and the second option is a failsafe that will make sure your return and payment are processed a certain amount of time before the return is due. That way, it'll always process before the due date, even if the amount of time you set in the first field goes beyond the due date of the filing. These are the same options as you've gotten in the past through the OPTins wizard. Automation is making its debut. For the 2019-2020 software, we're introducing Auto eFile for opt-in states. With Auto eFile, all you need to do is right-click the return or returns you wish to e-file via opt-ins, and the software will file it for you. This filing process works in the background, so you can keep your momentum going with your other tasks. To use this feature, your administrator must enable it under Administrator Options. When you first enable Auto eFile, an agreement will pop up. Opt-ins requires that you agree to their user agreement every time you file. Since you're agreeing to it here, that agreement will transfer to each return you file. Once all the NAIC autofill options are decided on, you can right-click on a return or multiple returns, so long as they're all opt-in states, and select Auto eFile. The option won't be available if one of the states selected is not an opt-in state. It may look like nothing is happening, but the software is filing your return for you in the background so you can keep working on other things. Should there be an error, the software will give you a notification to let you know what failed and why. Otherwise, a green E will appear next to the return when it has been successfully e-filed. If you check the box that you intend to e-file non-mandatory states with opt-ins, this designation will now roll over from the prior year. That way, you're already a step closer to getting your filings done. In the FormsPlus filing info schedule, opt-ins has been added to the address option dropdown. This option also rolls over from year to year. If an address in Allocator can't be allocated to a matching address or source city, there's a new function this year that allows you to allocate match exceptions to zip code. With this function, Allocator takes the source zip code and returns a city name. If you only have a bad street address that you can't figure out, this option will find a jurisdiction for it based on the zip code. Thank you for choosing Premium Pro for your premium tax needs this year. We're glad to have you with us. We hope these new features will make your experience with the software better than ever. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on all our free training videos.